You get so busy. The kids are getting older. They got soccer. They got this. They got that. They got school. They got all kinds of activities. I got this and that and trying to build this and trying to go film this and trying to go build that. And then I think we just kind of stops talking and relating with one another. And then now it's like we're both like really busy. The kids are really busy with school, really busy with doctoring and consulting and flying everywhere and doing media and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you, like, there's a part of me that wishes that I could go back to 2017 or 18 and just like restart. But how do you do that? Like, you can't go back, obviously, but how do you restart emotionally through a very busy life with lots of social and family dynamics?
Well, it's interesting you say the emotional part too, because definitely answer this. Like, I think of him in the ICU and he has to turn it off, right? It's like we're so busy, we don't have time to to get emotional. Like, we don't have time for that. Like, let's just move on and like, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes it's like just bury it and whatever. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but I don't want you to have to bury it. And I think that's so hard. I hear that a lot from, couples where they feel like one partner has such a stressful, job. And so they don't want to burden that person with any of the day to day, even if it's something that happened that, upset them, they'll just, oh, it's okay. He had a harder day, than me dealing with the kids or with anything. But then I worry about that partner of like, who's holding emotional space for you? Like who's helping you carry that mental load and that emotional load? You should be able to share the little small things that happen day to day and not feel like you have to bury them. And some of them, I'm guessing you want to know. You want to know if she's having a bad day or something. But it is hard because I think a thing will happen where you start to, well, my little thing obviously isn't going to compare to him having 2 patients die today, And so then you're like, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just deal with it or I'll just bury it. So I think it's having a conversation as a couple of, can we carve out some time where we can talk about these things and, we can connect again on a more emotional level.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's not going to be right when he gets home from work. Maybe it's, sometime after the kids go to bed or after you've had time to decompress from your day and you've had time to decompress from your day. Every couple, it's different. So I never like to say at the end of the day, because for some couples, it's in the morning, after the kids go off to school. For some couples, it's during lunch. For some, it is at night. So finding a time that would work for both of you to then be able to connect. And maybe you're keeping a little kind of list of things that you just want to share with him. And when you get that opportunity, you have that moment to share and be each other's partner, because yes, he's a doctor, but he's also your husband. And she's also your wife, and you're the mother of his children, and you're the father. And so like, there's all these roles that you wear, but they're all equally important. So they all should get equal time.